So one of the most notable songs you've appeared on, right, is Hold You Down with Prodigy, Alchemist, and Nina Sky. What was that studio session like?
It was pretty simple. You know, they was already working on it, and Pete called me and was like, yo, come to Manhattan, come to Al crib. And I just went there, and when I heard it, and it was like a common thing for us because we used to do it in Prodigy's basement. I was like, oh, I like this. Let me rhyme on this. And he was like, go ahead.
So was the song, the hook, everything was pretty much already done?
It was no hook.
Oh, okay.
If you look at it on Infamous Allegiance, there's no hook on it.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just pretty well. I think I had like 22 bars on the thing. Like it was just raw. It was just raw. We, you know what I'm saying, did it. And P was before his time. P understood like U2 and the DVD era and all that other shit. So, and then to my knowledge, it was Al and his brother Neil, which shortened it, got Nina Sky, and, you know, worked it that way.
There's something about like your voice next to Mobb Deep's, right? Like you guys have like this amazing chemistry. Like you could have been the third member. You know what I'm saying? Like what on that song you said, I don't care if it's the president, I cock my shit, right? Did you receive any backlash from that? Because, you know, like there's been artists that have said things.
No, I just needed people. Basically, that song is to all my friends I'm close to. My neighborhood is a different neighborhood. Like people don't understand my neighborhood is a shooter's neighborhood.
Right.
Like really, like there was shooter's neighborhood. So it's just to my close friends. It's like, yo, I'm here no matter what. And I don't give a fuck who it is. I don't care if they're the opposition. I don't give a fuck. I don't care if it's the president. I'm cocking my shit and we going out.
But you know what I mean, right? Because people have said things in a similar vein and mentioned just even the word president, and like they've been visited by the Secret Service and stuff. Like I didn't know.
No, nothing.
Nothing. So with that song, it being so big and you being known for it, does that ever get like annoying to you? That's like the main thing.
Before, I used to think about, in my mind, I used to be like, that's old. You know, be like, oh yeah, I'm doing new stuff like that. Like nobody's still gonna remember that, or I don't want to be hanging on to that. Like, yeah, yo, like that's the only thing I have. Like, so it's just, and then somebody had to make me realize, it's like, yo, just think, a lot of people never had that,
right?
And it was just like, all right, because at one time I stopped performing. I'm like, that's old. Like people going, you know what I'm saying? Nobody gonna care. And, you know, a few of my friends was like, no, they care. Do it. That's
especially
a hit
because
record.
there was a music video too.
Yeah, that's a hit record. Do it. Do it. You should perform it. So, and then I just started seeing the response. It was like, oh, they was right.
With Alchemist, what year did he start coming around Mobb Deep?
It had to be around what, 98, 99? Because I know I was locked up, and P used to send me pictures. And it scared me when I seen the picture, because he looked at like this, one picture that I got, Al almost looked like this gangster dude in East New York named Frank Nitti. And I was like, Jesus Christ, it kind of looks like.
So it wasn't the Fed thing? Because, you know, like, I think like they've said in the past that like Prodigy didn't trust him for a little bit of while because he was worried that he might have been a Fed or something like that.
Don't know. That I don't know of. That I can't speak on.
But like when you got out, then you started to interact with him, and then immediately like you guys bonded.
All three of us are Scorpios. Me, Prodigy, and Alchemist are Scorpios. So it's just, you got to have a pretty much understanding of each other.
Did you find that it was interesting that this guy that is from Beverly Hills, right, is not from the hood? He's not from the hood, but he fit right in to what you guys love to do and what you guys were doing.
I mean, he liked hip hop. You got to realize who his mentors is. Cypress Hill.
Right.
So what? Like, you know what I'm saying? Just because you're not from the hood don't mean you can't make dark music. You know what I'm saying? One of his idols is Premier. So,
Mm-hmm.
you know what I mean? He's another that chops things up and, and makes a song, a beat.
I think that that's dope, because like I think sometimes we fall into stereotypes and people don't give somebody an opportunity. You know what I'm saying? And I think that if you're dope, you're dope. Like you can't even argue with
Yeah,
talent,
that's it.
right?
You can't even argue with it.
Yeah.